Welcome back, everyone. Adah Ellerbrock is back with us today. She's an advocate for mental health recovery services. We're talking a little bit about May, coming up in May, it's Mental Health Month and awareness, and we're talking a little bit about screenings. This has become a bigger issue because I think hopefully we're starting to take the stigma away from people getting mental health screenings, and that's one of the issues we're facing, right?
Or just to say it's okay to not be okay.
Right.
Get rid of the stigma of mental health shouldn't be talked about. It should be hush. It's just a private matter. It is something that happens inside of you, but it does need to be known to other people.
Yeah.
So taking a mental health screening allows the mental health board to know what's happening in our community, what are people experiencing, so then they can get the proper message out, whether it's about anxiety, depression. That will help them to get the right messages out, and then also right information to the providers to help the people in need.
Yeah, and it's so easy to do. You guys have set it up on the website so that people can go there, take that screening, or take it if they're worried about someone else, right?
Yes, it doesn't have to be just you personally. If there's someone, a loved one, a coworker, a family member that just doesn't seem to be acting themselves, you can take the screening on their behalf. So then you will get tips and information on how to help them after the screening's over.
It's such a good step because I think people are so scared in their everyday. Most people deal with some sort of, as you said, mental illness, whether it's anxiety or depression. Most people deal with that, and it's such a good step because they're afraid to go to a doctor or they're afraid to go to a mental health specialist. This is kind of that in-between step where maybe that'll boost them to see somebody, right?
Yeah, and sometimes we don't even know where to even start.
Right.
So the screening gets them started. It gives them the information that they need to know on what are the steps you can take right now until you get to the right provider that will help them, and it's free.
Yeah.
It's not going to cost you anything except for a little bit of time, and it's not much at all, just to get that information for yourself and to the mental health board so they can get the information out to the community.
Yeah, I love that fact that there's a bit of a database then that goes back to the board and they can say, okay, maybe we need to strengthen some areas here or look into this, right?
Yeah, putting out PSAs, billboards. It could be, like I said, depression, anxiety, gambling. There's all kinds of things that go around mental health and addiction that they'll be able to see from those screenings.
Yeah, and usually we color coordinate anyway, but today there's a specific reason for it, right?
Yes, yes. May is coming up pretty quickly, and in May it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and also green is the mental health awareness color. So we're asking the community to stand up, help break the stigma, bring awareness around mental health, and wear green or be seen with green. Put a light on your front porch. Maybe you have a green Christmas strand, put that around one tree. Find ways that you can be seen with green throughout the month to let people know, hey, I'm standing up for mental illness and we want to help.
Do you think I feel like we are gradually, maybe over the last 10, 20 years where we are, starting to break that stigma a little bit where people are not, it used to be if you have a problem, just keep it to yourself and, cowboy up and work through it. And that's just the worst advice possible. Are we breaking that stigma a little bit, you think?
My hopes are that we're doing that. You wouldn't tell someone with a broken leg, suck it up and get out there and walk it off. I might sometimes, but we do that too many times when it comes around mental illness, and there's so many people that are standing up and speaking out about it. Ohio State player Harry, he's standing up for it, and Simone Biles stood up for it, letting people know that it is something that normally happens and it's okay to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned those high-profile people. I'm so glad when I see them come out and say that. Remind us again before we go, what's the best step as far as logging on and taking that screening?
Go to wecarepeople.org. It will direct you where to go to take that screening. You can take an overall screening or individualized based on what you're feeling. That will get the information to the mental health board, and then seek out the information at the bottom that they give you. Start doing those tips and work on your mental health.
Yeah, help is available. Thank you, Adah. We appreciate it. It's good seeing you. Dogway Medical News coming up next on Noon Edition.